Hi everyone, this is the LA Cosmetics Examiner, and I have a new review for you today on two products from Urban Decay. These are relatively new, and I think that you're really going to love these products. So the first product I'd like to discuss is the Naked Basics palette. Now, it looks like this, and these are the shades that are included in the palette. It's a really nice everyday palette, and as you can see, it just says Naked Urban Decay Basics. Naked Basics by Urban Decay. It's not very large. In fact, I can compare this to the Naked 2 palette. So as you can see, the Naked 2 palette is much larger, and so if you compare them side by side, you can see how much smaller they actually are. But needless to say, size does not matter at all because the product is amazing. And this is really all you need. This can certainly be your everyday neutral palette. And it's so small and compact that you could easily fit it in your everyday makeup bag or take it along with you for traveling. Or if you're a professional makeup artist, this just makes it really easy because the shadows that are included in this palette blend out other eyeshadows beautifully. And so let me go ahead and show you. The first shade there is Venus, and then we have Foxy, WOS, which stands for Walk of Shame. Then we have Naked 2, Faint, and Crave. Now these are all matte shades, but Venus, however, is described as a soft off-white demi-matte. Now, and you'll be able to see in swatches momentarily, but Venus is a really nice shade because although it is matte, it gives a really pretty sheen. Not shimmery at all, so don't fear about that. It's, you know, you won't be able to see any glitter or anything like that, but it will provide a really nice sheen, and I think it would be great as a highlighting color for underneath the brow bone or in the inner corner or even on the lid. It's just really up to you, but it does provide a nice sheen. Now, the other shades, however, are true mattes, and they're very pigmented, and they're just really great neutral everyday colors. And as you can see from the palette itself, any of these shades would be great for blending out other shades as well, and you can go from a very neutral everyday look, and you can definitely add more drama for an evening look. So I really think that's fantastic. So as I just stated, Venus is described as a soft off-white demi-matte, and then you have Foxy, which is a very light yellow beige matte. Then you have Walk of Shame, which is very light pinky nude matte. Then you have Naked 2, which is a rosy taupe matte. And then you have Faint, which is a warm dusty brown. And then last but not least, you have the deepest, darkest brown matte black shade. This retails for $27, and you can purchase this from the official Urban Decay website, and you can also purchase this at places like Sephora, Ulta, and Macy's, as well as those corresponding websites. The palette retails for $27, and it's just really fantastic, and I think that you will really love it. What's great about this as well is that a lot of people, when the Naked 1 palette came out, and even when the Naked 2 palette came out, a lot of people were hoping to see more matte shades, because while shimmery shades are great, a lot of people felt that they wanted other matte shades as well, just to kind of balance it out. And so I think that Urban Decay did a fantastic job with the shade selection of this palette, and even though it's not as large as the Naked 1 and Naked 2 palettes, it doesn't really matter because the shadows are really good quality. They're very smooth for powder eyeshadows. They go on almost, they have almost very silky texture. I didn't encounter any powder fallout, which is really important. And these just blend really well. And as I stated again earlier, these would be great to blend out other shades. So keep that in mind. And again, $27, and you're getting really, really good quality shadows. So keep that in mind. It's a really lovely palette. And then there's one more product from Urban Decay, which is also new and is garnering a lot of rave reviews, and it's easy to see why, and that is the Naked Flushed palette. Now, these are not eyeshadows. This is a bronzer, highlight, and blush. The bronzer is described as a sheer medium bronze satin, and then the highlighter is described as a soft pink champagne shimmer, and then the blush is described as a dusty rose satin with a hint of shimmer. It retails for $30, and again, it's available on the official Urban Decay website, as well as Sephora, Ulta, and Macy's, and those corresponding websites. And it's just a really, really nice palette. Now, Urban Decay recommends that people use the Good Karma Optical Blurring brush for this, but obviously any good brush will do. And this palette is really nice because you have an all-in-one product here. The bronzer can be used to contour or just to give you an overall nice look, or for really specific contoured needs, it's really nice shade, and I will get to the swatches in a moment. And then as you can see, there's a really nice highlighting shade, and then you have the really nice blush. So let me go ahead and show you, and then I will go back as well and show you swatches of the Naked Basics palette, but let me show you this bronzer, highlighter, blush palette swatches. That first swatch there is of the bronzer, and then we have the highlighter, and then we have the blush. Now these are very heavy swatches just because I wanted you to see the pigmentation and the actual color. But that is not to say that you have to have a really pigmented application. Use whatever brush you are comfortable using, and also apply it with a lighter hand if you want a more natural look, or if you do want a more dramatic or noticeable look, then you can obviously build it up or apply it with a heavier hand. But as I stated, I just wanted you to see the pigmentation of these products. They're really, really lovely, very easy to blend, and they just look beautiful once applied. And these will look great on any skin tone. And as I stated, if you have a very light skin tone, use a light hand. If you have more of a little bit darker of a skin tone or a dark skin tone, you can use a heavier hand. But these will definitely look wonderful on everyone, and I feel that the shades really complement. The blush and the highlighter really complement each other, and the bronzer is nice as well. So going back to the Naked Basics palette, you have the swatches here. That first swatch is Venus, really pretty, and as you can see, it gives off a lot of sheen. Then that second swatch there, that's a Foxy. It's got really strong yellow undertones. It's not quite showing up on camera too well, but it's definitely there and pigmented. And then we have WOS. And then we have Naked 2, Faint, and Crave. So as you can see, they're just really normal, natural shades, everyday shades. But you can definitely apply darker shades, the darker shades in the palette to achieve a smoky eye look, or to just add a little bit more drama. They're really good products, and really good price point, I feel, have been selected for both of the palettes. You can just achieve so many looks with this, and I think that you will really, really enjoy them. Now, Urban Decay is a great brand. They always have so many great products that they release, and their permanent line of the collection is outstanding as well. I do feel that both of these palettes are must-haves, especially if you love the Urban Decay brand. And the Naked Basics palette, though, is really a must-have as well, because you can just achieve so many everyday looks, or add a little more drama, or use the colors to blend out other shades. I mean, the possibilities are really endless with these products, so I really recommend them. And then here are the swatches again. Just really pretty. And spring and summer are coming up. You just really can't go wrong with these. And they're very compact, so it's easy to travel with them, or to just carry them around with you in your makeup bag, or whatever the case may be. If you're a makeup artist, it's great too, because they're easy to carry around with you. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and let me know what you think of these two new products from Urban Decay.